All right, guys, today we're just gonna be doing this look. This is a super glowy, natural, everyday kind of makeup. I know that that's not super unique on YouTube or anything like that, but I just thought I'd show you my everyday look. I mean, I think most of us probably wear tones like this every day versus like a green smoky eye. But I'd also love to know what you guys wear every day. Do you tend to go all out with your makeup, or do you tend to just reel it in and wear something super simple? I love this look. It's long lasting, it's glowy, it's dewy, it's fresh. I don't look cakey or heavy anywhere. I just think this is the perfect everyday routine, and I hope you guys enjoy this look. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and let's just get into this look. We're gonna go ahead and get started on this kind of glowy makeup look. I just wanna mention I filled in my brows already with my Tom Ford brow gel. I love this stuff, but I realized that I never mention it when I start off with my eye primer and stuff on. So that is already done. We're gonna move on to primer. I'm gonna do a little bit of pore filling with my Tarte, I think it's the Timeless Smoothing Primer. So because this is gonna be a more glowy, fresh look, I just want to add a little bit of pore priming just right in the center of my face. I just kind of press it in lightly just to minimize the appearance of pores. Just when you have anything that's more glowy and dewy on your skin, it can enhance those areas. So you can also apply a little here and on your chin if you're oily. And since I am dry, I am going to use a little bit of my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base just to add some hydration back to my skin. If you're oily, skip out on this step and you can just go in with a mattifying primer, or you can just go in with your skincare, obviously. So I'm going to apply a little layer of that all over, add back that moisture. Another thing you can do if you find that you're super oily is just take a tissue and separate it, like you know how you would if you were going to touch up, or you can use a blotting paper and just press over top of your skin with that, and that will absorb the excess oil before you go in with foundation, which in turn will help it not get oilier throughout the day. Obviously, I'm going to avoid that step. Concealer, I'm going to use my Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer, the most weird name of life. And I'm just going to apply that under my eyes. And I like to apply it at the corners just because I'm dark there. And then blend out. Before we move on to foundation, I do want to add a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter, just to add that nice glow underneath. Because that is what we're going for. Glowing, hydrated skin. Now I know this look is not super groundbreaking or anything since it's just a more natural look, but I just figured since I've been doing a lot more like glam looks, I might as well just let you know what I would do for my more everyday natural routine. I love the Hollywood Flawless filter. I've mentioned it in pretty much every video, but it honestly makes such a difference for me when I apply it. I wanted to mention a few different options for foundations. So first of all, we have the Syrup Dewdrops. Beautiful. I think this is a lovely, I find it more a satin finish. It does get dewier as the day goes on for sure, but it is absolutely stunning. We also have the Guerlain L'Essentiel foundation, which is a new 16-hour wear from Guerlain, which I have a review coming up on, by the way. That's another beautiful glowing foundation that is long lasting, because we do want this to be long lasting. If you are looking for something drugstore, I like the Flower Beauty one. But I think today I'm gonna go with the Chanel Sublimage. I think this is absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful formula from Chanel. I find that it's really long wearing, but it's not too dewy. And it has this really unique ability to just like blur out pores, which is really interesting. And it's a light to medium coverage, which I like as well. I have the color 32, which is a tad bit dark. Not dark, sorry, it's a tad bit pink for me. But that is okay, we will make it work. And I'm just gonna go in with a little bit. Obviously with the jar, it's a little harder to know how much to use, but I'm just gonna go in with a bit. I'm gonna spray my Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 just on the sponge and start blending this into my skin. Do you guys notice any difference with the beauty blenders? I actually don't really like the pink ones anymore. I find that they don't hold water the same way as the blue one. The blue one is my favorite. Anyways, we're just gonna blend a light layer of this over the skin. Obviously, apply as much as you feel comfortable with wearing. Hourglass Translucent Veil Powder to set with my little beauty blender. We're just gonna press it under the under eyes. Just a little bit, get that excess off, and press. I wanted to use this powder because it's a little glowier than my regular Huda Beauty one. Anyways, just press that under the skin, just to set lightly. And then we'll quickly move on to powder, and I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. And I think today I'm gonna take a little bit of a smaller brush. This is my Wayne Goss 02. And I'm just gonna really lightly set only the center portion of my face because I want that Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter to peek through on the high points where I placed it. And I also want that dewy foundation to look more glowy, but I want to be more matte in the center of my face where obviously you don't want to look oily. Going in with the Sisley Sun Glow Bronzing Gel Powder. This is such a gorgeous bronzer. Obviously you don't have to use this specific bronzer if you don't have it or you feel it's too expensive, but I would just use a bronzer that has a little bit of a sheen to it, not necessarily shimmer, obviously not glitter, but just that little bit of sheen. And this is a more warm tone bronzer. And again, I like to pat my bronzer onto the skin, just like this. I decided to use cream blush for my blush today, and I'm going in with Nudestix Sweet Peach Peony. I decided on a cream blush because again, I want to keep that dewy appearance. And I don't know, I love this one on the skin so very much, and I feel like I haven't used, I don't think I've used any cream on my channel so far, but I just love a good cream blush. If you find cream blushes, like I don't find this one gets too dewy or separates, but if you find you're just uncomfortable using a cream, then obviously just go in with powder blush. Maybe you want to use something that has a bit of a sheen to it, like those Buxom ones are really nice. I think that would look nice with this. See a little more rosy. And I just like to repress in with my beauty blender to make sure there's no harsh lines. It's all blended into the skin nicely. I mentioned in my last haul I picked up the Lawless Beauty Afternoon Delight Lucid Skin Highlighter. Very long name. I still haven't tried it, so we're gonna go in with it today. Ooh. And wow, that's beautiful. It's pretty intense for a highlighter, but we're gonna try this one out. Let's go on with the cheekbones and try that out. Yeah, this is a really lovely highlighter. Definitely recommend, maybe if you're super fair, this won't work for you, but if you're about my skin tone, woo! A little more shimmery than I'm used to, but it's very beautiful. So do you guys have like a go-to look? Like you wear something on the regular, or do you experiment lots with colors and you're used to wearing colors in your everyday life? I'm really curious just because I feel like most people would gravitate towards a look like this, but I mean, everyone's different, and even the places that we live in, makeup can look so different just based on the city that you live in. So I'm very curious. I'd say people where I live definitely are into more natural, neutral makeup. But that doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. And that doesn't mean that that suits you. I think we're just gonna finish off the lips before we move on to the eyes. And I'm just gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I think it's like the Superstar lipstick or something like that. It's a very juicy lipstick. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna go in with lip liner. Ooh, that's a really nice tone. It's like that perfect little rosebud shade. And then I think I will go over top with my Fenty gloss in Fussy, just in the center of the lips to add some gloss there. I think that's nice. I don't think I'm gonna do any lip liner, but if you are uncomfortable going without lip liner, I'd take, like this one's the Sorme Natural Nude, and you could just run along like the corners of your lips and just add a little definition there. Just I know some people have a preference that they like lip liner on them. Gonna go back in with the Lawless highlighter and add that to the inner corners of my eye, just to add some brightness there. I like the way how that looks. I think it looks really nice and ethereal and adds a cute little pop. Okay, I've actually decided to go in with a little bit of my Marc Jacobs Sugar and add that to the center just because I think this looks a little on the dark side for my likings. And I'm gonna pat that in to let it sink into the skin or into the lips, so my lips look more natural. Okay, I like that more. So I was debating kind of on the eyes what I wanted to do. I do want to keep it really light and fresh. So I think I'm just gonna take my MAC Costa Riche eyeliner and I'm just gonna press that on the very outside of the lash line. Like literally just, I'm almost like dotting it on to the lower lash line. And just from the outer half, just like that. So you add just a tiny bit of definition that way. And I'm also gonna tight line with this as well. So I'm going to place it right here, which I know is super awkward, so I am going to cut that part out. Okay, I am going to just lightly dab over that eyeliner just to blend it the tiniest, insiest bit. Just like that. And I did go ahead and tight line, and I used my Surratt lash curler. This is the best lash curler on the face of the planet. Better than the Shuamura, better than the Kevin Aquan. It is amazing. Maybe it's just my eye shade, but for me, it's perfection. So for mascara, Marc Jacobs, Velvet Noir, Pat McGrath, Fetish Eyes, and I'll be right back, and then I'll kind of go over how I would spice this up if you wanted to like go out or something. Mascara's on, and to finish off the skin, we're going to buff. This is my Guerlain Press Compact. I think this is medium, 3 medium. And just taking a brush and going over everything. I like to do this at the end of my makeup application, just to add that glow back into my, I mean, obviously this is already glowy, but I find that this helps blend everything together as well, and just looks really, really nice. All right, so with the buffing done, we are finished this makeup look, but I did want to just mention 2 last things. So if you had been wearing this all day and you decided you wanted to go out for dinner, you had something else to do at the end of the day, just to spice up your look, if you feel like this just isn't enough, I mean, we're not wearing any eyeshadow on the eyes or anything, I would take a product like one of the Marc Jacobs sequins, the Tarte chrome paints, there's also the Dior kind of pressed shadows that they have. The new Chantecaille luminescent eyeshadows would be amazing for this. Obviously the Hourglass Scattered Lights, another awesome choice. Or a more affordable option like ColourPop. I only have a few of these guys. They tend to dry up way quicker than my other ones, but they're a nice option as well. We also have like, yeah, there's so many different ones. I really like these Bobbi Brown Rich Luxe Metal eyeshadows as well. So I think for today, I'm gonna go in with my Hourglass. I have these like in all the shades. I'm gonna take it in Smoke, just to show you, and say you just have to run out the door fast. You can just pick this up. Ooh, I always forget how chunky there. I like to pick them up on my finger and then just kind of press it together to make sure I don't have any like really chunky bits. And also so the shadow's not gonna fall all down my face when I already have my makeup done. So we're gonna take that, and then what I'm gonna do is just focus it on the center of the eye, and then slowly work it towards the inner corner and outer corner. So you can see that added just a really beautiful sparkle. And then obviously just take a lightweight mascara afterwards, and you can go over top of your eyelashes if any of the glitter fell there. God, I just love this Smoke shade. I don't wear it enough. So what I would do is just go in with a mascara quickly, run over top just to cover up that glitter. All right, so I think that adds just a really nice touch, but I have one more step to mention. If at the end of the day you find that your concealer kind of moves around and settles into creases, I find that that happens right down like on my lower lash line. What I would do, again, if I was going out or something, is go back in with my bronzer, or you could take any matte brown shadow and just a pencil brush and just place that along your lower lash line. So this will kind of help add a little bit of balance because we have that glitter on the top lid. And it will also help cover up any of those little lines or wrinkles if you get that creasing throughout the day. I just love this technique, so something I recommend doing. All right, so that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I know it was super simple, really easy, and natural. It's a good everyday makeup. I love that tip of just using these little glitter shades on your lid after you've completed everything. I mean, even if you have a little extra time in the morning just to do that, I think this just looks really elegant and nice and would suit absolutely anyone. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.